Yes, this is me, Hudson George. My topic today is Donald Trump's policies on immigration will affect the world's integration. People travel for different reasons. People travel for pleasure, for work, for some people travel because they are refugees, you know, moving from different land, from oppression. Sometimes you can live in one country, so you go to a next country to survive. Or you go because of your job, maybe the employment you're looking for in your country, there are not enough available, so you could get a job, so you move to the greener pastures, which is America mostly, Canada, and well, America, Canada more, because people live in the Middle East, Africa, Southeast Asia, the Asia Pacific, and other part of Asia, whatever part in Asia, and they come to North America, right? Some come with money, some come like refugee, some just come. So then you have Caribbean people who got a long history of migration. They've been migrating since the time of the Panama Canal. We're going to Maracaibo to work in oil. Or some went to Cuba to cut cane. Those days. Panama, those who went to Panama come back with money. Some went to Maracaibo, they came back with money. But those who went to Cuba, some of them caught up in the Cuban Revolution. Right? Not a lot of them came back, right? So then you had the Dutch was refining oil in the Caribbean, in the Dutch Antilles. People go to Aruba, Curaçao to work in the oil industry, Bonaire and them places, So people were migrating, because migration create integration of different people, So Donald Trump policy on immigration will affect the world's integration. Global integration will be affected. So in terms of free movement of people, what happened in America, Canada, and Britain and France and them countries, when they've been affected in movements of traveling, it also affect the movements of traveling in what we call third world countries. Even it affect them more. So you see, now in terms of things like trade now, Mr. Trump said he's going to make America great again. But the question is, will the Americans who doing menial work, will they go to work? Will they do like in the 1940s, filling the jobs that what immigrants come and do? There's not a lot of immigrants again. In terms of the Caribbean people now, agriculture in the Caribbean is agriculture and tourism. Trinidad have oil, Trinidad and Tobago have oil, and now Guyana have oil. Suriname have oil and gas. Well, they say Grenada have oil and gas too, but in Grenada they just start extracting oil and gas. As yet, it might take the next 5 years before we see the first barrel of oil or a can of gas, maybe 5 years again. So in terms of movement of Caribbean people now, what affect movements from to the United States and those places might affect us in the Caribbean too. But then again, white people like to travel. White people love to travel. So if Donald Trump says he's going to make America great again, and immigrants wouldn't be going to America to look for jobs as before, that means we'll see an increase in what? In the tourist industry in the Caribbean? I don't know. Because if the government keep deporting immigrants, the population in the Caribbean will rise. They'll have an increase in population. And the other social effect is some of the people that might be deported might be living in America for 25 years, 20 years, 15 years. They have already adapted to a different lifestyle. So if every Caribbean country taking in at least 7% of the citizens as deportees, that will have a bigger effect on the wider society. That these people wouldn't be just coming like that. They will be coming in new cultures and new behaviors and new, you know what I mean? New aspirations. So it's not easy, man. Then again, you talk about trade in terms of the Caribbean produce agriculture. Well, you know, the Chiquita and Dole and United Fruit Company have already taken over the Caribbean banana trade, right? So they could supply enough food to the United States from Central America. And as far as South America, like Ecuador and Bolivia and them places, they plant banana down there too. And Central America, Costa Rica, Honduras, Guatemala, you know, you get all this food, you know. So with the less movement of immigrants moving to America to work, to find jobs, it must affect the world. From Africa, Asia, Caribbean, South and Central America will be affected. So, what kind of world we'll have now? We know nobody don't go to China to find job. Nobody go to Russia to find job. Go to America. And then again, America now, the policies will affect Canada. Because according to news I heard, Mr. Trump said by February 1st, Canada is going to feel the pinch on trade. So we're waiting to see what will happen. We're going through a upside down wall now, you say wrong-sided. It is very interesting, but what we're going to do? There's not much we could do. In terms of religion, now, Trump policy is, what you say, is it conservative? Or what it is? Now, immigrant people, third world people, they call us third world people. Most of us have our own kind of culture. And our culture, if you come from Africa, maybe your culture comes from your tribe. You come from the Middle East religion. You come from Asia, it's tradition too. of all type, religion and other tradition. Those of us from the Caribbean, we have a colonial culture from the plantation, mixed up with Christianity and our African and ancestors' belief, and also those from the East Indian community, same thing too. So we have our own beliefs, right? But there is an element of conservatism in us. And it appears that Donald Trump conservatism could also affect the Caribbean in many ways. Even though we might be conservative towards a lot of things that we don't like, but Mr. Trump don't see it so. When he's going after anything deviant or opportunistic or illegal, he will go down hard on it, and all groups of people is going to feel the pinch. Religious people too, they're going to feel the pinch. So we are in a rock and a hard place. So the religious people who have their own moral values will feel the pinch from Trump too. They will, because some of them are immigrants. They are immigrants too, so I don't know, Gotta watch and see, man. You're not looking too good for the time being right now in terms of Canada now. A lot of Canadian provinces are bordered to the United States. Now, Trump policy towards Canada could damage the Canadian economy, crush the real estate market. Real estate could suffer, right, from his policy. People who own homes and property could be affected, because if he put a heavy role on Canada, unemployment might rise. And when there is no unemployment, the money don't trickle down, because the little people what spend money. The wealthy people don't spend money. So I'm living in Canada and I'm watching. It could affect real estate and employment. I don't know, man. But I know Donald Trump policies on immigration will affect global integration. It will affect global integration of people, because people meet different races of people and different cultures of people meet in metropolitan city, which we call melting pot society. We don't say multi-pot, we call it mosaic or multicultural, cosmopolitan. So I don't know, man. Anyway, this is me, Hudson George. I'm just giving my little 2 pence on the situation. I live in Toronto. I think we will be affected too. We will be affected. So, anyway, I gone till I come again. Hudson George as usual.